Hello to my Capricorns. All right, Capricorns, let's get right into your reading. Let's see what's in your cards. Let us see what's in your cards, Capricorns. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. This reading is for the 14th of April through the 20th of April. Venus is no longer retrograde, so lots of love in the air. Lots of love in the air. The moon is in Scorpio. So some deep introspection and deep cleansing, right? So Scorpio is the death card. So you can choose death or rebirth, right? Death or rebirth. So closing out cycles and you're entering into a new phase of life. New phase of life. So let's get into it. Let's see what's in the cards. So I start each day excited for what's in store. So someone is operating in faith, moving by faith, moving by faith. All right, I'm talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. You all, your sign rules 10th house. 10th house. Let's get into it. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, let's go. There's a lot of talking going on. Equilibrium. So nurture the mind, body, and spirit connection. Your angels are asking you to balance yourself. What area of your life feels like it's out of alignment? So get a meditation practice going, embark on a workout routine, or finally start that vision board that you've been procrastinating on. So your angels want you to look at an area of your life that are not fully rounded out and self-correct. Yeah. And self-correct. So there's a lot of talking. This threes right here are talking. Lots of talking. A lot of love talking. So a lot of you and other people are talking about love. Like who you love, heart talking. Heart chakra. So heart chakra. Talking about love, trust, healing, gratitude, compassion, connection, forgiveness, those kind of things. Lots of conversation going on around that, right? Like I said, Venus is no longer retrograde. It went station direct on the 13th, I believe, 13th or 14th. So I don't know what day you're going to be watching this video, but let's get into your reading. I'm talking to you wherever Capricorn is in your birth chart. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let us see what's in your cards. Let us see, let us see, let us see. Let us see, let us see, let us see. All right, 7 of Cups. Somebody feels like somebody's a snake. Somebody feels like somebody got away with something. A cycle is closed out. Somebody feels like somebody got away with something. So there's a lot of conversation talking about somebody got away with something. Because someone is thriving. So somebody could be saying, you got away with something. Some 3 people could be saying, you got away with something. Or somebody could be saying, somebody got away with something, whatever. But remember, this is the year of the snake, and so this is a year of rebirth. So somebody could be saying you and 2 other people got away with something, or somebody could say whatever. But a lot of people are, going through rebirth. So start each day excited for what's in store. I'm talking about faith here. Somebody could feel like they were blindsided by something that was done. While they were asleep. Somebody could have felt like they were blindsided by something while they were transitioning or trying to transition, trying to just travel light. They could have felt like they were blindsided by something. And Source is saying there's 2 energies that you will be tossing something into a burning bowl. One energy has succumbed to passive and powerless behavior. The other one is egotistical, materialistic, and forceful. So something you'll be tossing into a burning bowl as far as 2 energies are concerned. So as you're continuing to travel light, you're going through a transition yourself, and you're learning how to transition through storms light, through life. You're learning how to transition through storms. So we've all heard storms don't last always, right? So eventually the rain stops, sun comes out, sun shines again, and you move on, right? So somebody could be moving. Somebody is moving. Somebody could be like literally packing up clothes, stuff, and moving, right? Um, if you toss some things into a burning bowl, you've moved on. You've moved on, right? Right? And you're waking up from some nightmares. You're finally waking up from some nightmares. You're not talking to some people anymore, and you're waking up from your own nightmares, right? Some things were done behind your back, and you're learning how, and this is reflective of some people that you love. When things are done behind your back without your knowledge or your permission, you're, and this is a gift that you've inherited. Believe it or not, this is a gift that you've inherited. When some things have done behind your back, you carry the good memories with you. When energies have ended, when relationships have ended, when people stop talking to people, when jobs have ended, when we're talking about death, rebirth, when love relationships end, when you break up with somebody, when loved ones transition, when you have to move, or life happens. I'll just put it that when a cycle ends, I'll just put it that way. And you're not ready to talk about certain things. You try to take the good memories with you. But it looks like somebody is moving. Looks like somebody could be moving. Somebody could be moving. Yeah, it looks like somebody could be moving. Right? Because something caused somebody, to feel worthless. Something two karmics made you and somebody feel worthless. Caused you and somebody a complete and total nightmare. So maybe somebody heard something that was a complete nightmare. It made you and somebody feel completely worthless. While you and somebody were apart from each other. See, these two right here were apart from each other. And so, but a window of opportunity is, you have a window of opportunity in front of you here. And to travel, you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. Somebody was feeling like they had the weight of the world on their shoulders. But somebody could have heard a lie about something, about somebody that you love who was transitioning, that you stopped talking to, about something that was going on with them behind closed doors. But I've been hearing a lot about that, just in general, just about people in general. That people getting away with stuff that they didn't do. People calling people snakes. That's why it's always important to talk to people directly. People that you have an emotional connection with. To talk to people directly. And rise above any kind of judgment. Before you judge anybody, before you think people are judging you, rise above it. Don't get caught up in talking about people that you love, or getting caught up in some conversation with people who are judging people that you love. Don't get caught up in that conversation. Let me get on the phone. Let me get on the horn. Let me find out like what's going on, what's happening here. Because somebody could have felt like they played a role in creating a nightmare in someone's life behind their back and had no idea what they were in for, what they were responsible for, just by talking about somebody that they love, and could have brought some kind of judgment down on somebody. Just didn't even know what they were talking about. So, talking to some people who were obsessed. while they were apart from somebody who was just somebody who's traveling. Maybe somebody was traveling. I'm seeing a globe here, and I'm seeing a bus here. And so sometimes people just need to just get off the bus, like for real. Like you start feeling like something is a lie, like something is just don't, something seem like it's just unbelievable. Like, okay, that don't even sound like it don't even make sense. Sometimes somebody just need to just like think for themselves and just say, okay, something don't even sound like it even make any sense. Because in the judgment card is death, right? And so the moon is in Scorpio, and the moon, even when you watch this video, that's a death card, right? So when people are talking about death and this, that, and the other, and somebody sitting there listening and don't know what, you know, which is kind of a hard, kind of a, like, what? So, yeah, so I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the two of cups here. So somebody could be soulmate. Somebody could be somebody's soulmate. When you're closing out cycles, somebody could realize you're a soulmate because you're picking up on people's energy. You know, when you pick up on people's energy that you love, you can feel what they feel when they're feeling it. You can sense what they sense when they sense it, you know, those kind of things, right? You just kind of sort of, no matter how far apart you are from them, you can just pick up on their energy, right? When they feel a sense of low, you feel that, you know, they're, that as well. You can just feel it, right? So you have an idea of who's behind, you know, who's been talking about people behind their back, who's responsible for starting conversation about people behind their backs. But don't waste any air about who's behind rumors. Don't even waste any air on it. Who's responsible for talking about loved ones behind their back. Don't even waste any air on it. Yeah, you're trying to create something new. A lot of your wishes are going to be fulfilled. Here we have 888. Yeah, 888 here. So that lets me know that there's three energies. Like I said, you're staying focused. You're staying focused. Staying laser focused. So, yeah. And closing out cycles, right? Through meditation and prayer. Through meditation and prayer. Yeah, some karmics were definitely trying to create something, you know, for themselves. You know, they wanted their wishes fulfilled. They wanted to feel like they were jumping out of a treasure chest. They wanted their wishes fulfilled. They felt like they had hit the jackpot by trying to stop you from talking to loved ones, by making you carry something, make you feel like you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, making you responsible for something, by talking to you and, you know, let me see, 7, 8, 9, 10, by making you feel like, by making somebody else feel low, trying to make you, like creating something by saying, okay, we're going to, you know, lower someone else's worth by increasing your worth, like making you feel like you're the big person by increasing someone else's worth, but creating a nightmare for somebody else. So starting each day excited for what's in store, operating in faith. But looking at this 9 of Swords here, somebody's just trying to wake up from a nightmare, complete nightmare, and taking a leap of faith. You inspire a lot of people, but somebody's now taking a leap of faith. You have a whole world in front of you. Like I said, you're waking up from a nightmare, and at a crossroad. So when you're at a crossroad in life, sources ain't always vibrate high. Always vibrate high. Sources actually going to reward you for vibrating high, meaning operate in the spirit of love. If you ever have a choice to choose love or hate, if you feel like somebody is judging you, sources like, hey, you know, you feel like somebody judging you based on, you know, whatever. Start each day excited for what's in store, operating by faith. The source is balancing some things out. So have faith in your dreams. So start paying attention to your dreams, right? Yeah, have faith in your dreams. If you have a feeling that, you know, somebody is trying to judge, you know, someone that you love, So it's just saying always vibrate high. Somebody's saying that somebody's a snake, they got away with something, or whatever the case may be, or and you're listening to loved ones saying this about another loved one. Call the loved one on the phone. I mean, for real. Like, get the loved one on the phone and call them. Like, hey, you know, these people's loved ones sitting around talking. You get them on the phone and call. Hey, let's get everybody on a speakerphone. What is going on? Get on the speakerphone. Watch a movie. Watch a movie. Watch a movie. Yep, watch a movie. When I look at the Seven of Cups here, here's it. You're very close to achieving your goals. When I look at the Seven of Cups here, Seven of Cups is the devil is in the details, right? And so when anybody says that somebody is a snake and they got away with this or got away with that, that means that somebody believes that somebody is sneaky or slick or sly or whatever the case may be. So the scales have fallen from, somebody's outgrown something. A snake has outgrown, it's like outgrown his skin, but also the scales have been removed from his eyes, right? So it can either be the staff has turned into a snake, like Moses' story, or it could be the Garden of Eden. But the snake symbolizes rebirth either way, a rebirth. And this is the year of the snake, rebirth, right? Everybody has gone through some kind of a rebirth when you look at snake energy, meaning that if you leave a job, and I'll use a job for example, if you leave a job because you realize, hey, all of my colleagues are getting paid what they're worth, and I'm working extra hard and I'm not being paid what I'm worth, and you decide, okay, I'm gonna leave the job because I feel like I should be paid worth more, somebody's gonna assume that you're a snake. Or either if you stay there, people are gonna think that you're a snake. Either or. You're tossing something into a burning bowl, because now you've awakened to something, the karmic cycle that you were in, of just looking at a dark side of something. You were operating in flesh. You've learned how to rise above something. You've learned how to rise above just believing just a dark side of something. The scales have been removed from your eyes because you had a choice. You had a choice to operate and choose high or low when you're sitting around just listening. 3, when you turn to the side, looks like lips. The shape of a number 3 in numerology is like open to the past, like you're listening to things, listening to conversation, like listening to people past things, people who are operating in the flesh. Oh, this is who they used to date. This is their sexuality. This is they talking about you or talking about somebody else. You listening to gossip. You listening to lies or the truth, right, about something. Anything that's going to lower somebody's worth or value in order to create it, to increase somebody else's, right? See this right here? That's going to cause some kind of an imbalance. If you're sitting around listening to anybody who has to lower someone else's worth to increase theirs, that is your cue to get up from any kind of conversation, even if it's not about you. Even if it's not about you. That's going to be somebody's lesson from now on. If you got to sit there and listen to anybody that says they love somebody, this right here, this green right here speaks to the heart chakra. That's heart chakra. That is heart chakra. If you got family members, siblings, I don't care how close you are to one sibling over another. Some people come from big families, and you got siblings talking about each other. Oh, and they got to lower, they got to increase their worth and value. They got to lower another sibling's worth and value just to increase theirs. You should be mature enough, really. This is no judgment on anybody, but at some point, because you are a very wide Zodiac sign, it doesn't matter if you're the youngest, but in your wisdom, you're the sibling that says, oh no, you're ruled by Saturn. Saturn is a traditional planet. It's a very serious planet. It's a very structured and rule planet. You're the one, Capricorn, that's a very responsible sign. If you're sitting there, I don't care if it's your aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, I don't care who it is, I don't care how old or young they are. If you are in the midst of any conversations, you should be the one that's saying, no, stop, pause. Let's get everybody on the phone. Or everybody's not here. Let's get everybody here and have the conversation. But I don't want to be a part of it. Because you're a receiving sign, and that's sitting in your soil. You already have enough to process. So you're sitting there, letting that sit in your soil with everything else you're trying to process. You are the sign. That's how people respect you all as leaders in your personal and your professional life. You all have to rise above the judgment. No, Nope, no, no. Somebody has to have a health checkup, some kind of a health checkup. Somebody was under a spell. Somebody was under a sex spell. That's what this is right here. Somebody was under a sex spell. I keep trying to tell y'all the devil is in the details, and the devil is very crafty. I'm not calling a person a devil, just so we're crystal clear. But the devil is very crafty. You don't have to physically touch another human being to be under a spell of the devil. You can be sex conversation. Y'all remember those lines that from a long time ago, like the sex talk lines or whatever? You can be under that kind of a spell. People just creating all kinds of nightmares for people. And people will record those conversations, you know, and playing all kinds of silly games. Or telling you, oh yeah, we didn't know that, you know, so-and-so, oh, you was talking to, or you thinking you talking to one gender and it can be talking to another gender over the phone. I mean, playing all kinds of just... Or sets you up thinking that you sleeping with one gender, you sleeping with another gender. I mean, just crazy stuff. Having you just doing all kinds of stuff, hanging stuff over your head. You trying to rise above the judgment. Telling you, lying to you, telling you that you're responsible for passing around sicknesses and disease. Just so again, start each day excited for what's in store. You know, operating in faith. Knight of Wands energy. So yeah, I'm seeing that you back in the saddle again. I see you back in center stage after being apart from someone. I'm seeing victory here. I'm seeing victory here. I see that you being free, a free-spirited energy, you know, but I see you being free. I see you being free from these energies to move on. But some energies were definitely causing you a nightmare. Here's another reason why a lot of you all, like I said, looking at your cards here, please don't be so hard on yourselves, because nobody knows everything, Capricorns. I will say this to any zodiac sign. That is the whole purpose that we don't gatekeep on this channel. And a lot of readers, light workers, do not gatekeep. A lot of light workers, any light workers that's out here gatekeeping, playing this game, they're not light working. They're not healing. Either they don't know, and that's innocent. They don't know. Some people don't. Nobody knows everything, right? That's why we're trying to help each other. But because it's not a competition. It really is not a competition, right? A lot of light workers support each other. We may watch each other's channels to support and help each other out. Those kind of things. But that's the only way you're going to know. That's the only way you're going to know, right? That's the only way you're going to know. It's to share information. It's to share information to help people. This is not a competition. Who's better than the other person? Who, you know, knows more? Get away from all of that mess. People judging people. They don't know this. They don't know that. That's a distraction. That is a distraction. Yeah. So this is where you learn how to enforce boundaries. This is where you learn how to enforce boundaries. So something is complete. Something is complete. Somebody wanted to judge you. They wanted to judge people that you love. You know, they wanted to create some kind of lie and rumors. They wanted to do something to humiliate you and humiliate somebody else. That's what they wanted to do, right? So they fulfilled whatever they wanted to do. They wanted to create some kind of rumor. They wanted to humiliate you and humiliate somebody else. They wanted to lower your worth and lower your value just to increase theirs. So that's what they wanted to do. So here we have Seven of Wands. So close out the cycle in love. Move on. Move on. There you go. Close out the cycle in love. Inner strength. So don't lose yourself in things you can't change. Focus on the things that you can change, like your attitude, your mindset, and energy. You've got everything that you need. You got everything that you need. Misery loves company, Capricorn. That's what you all will learn. Misery loves company. Misery loves company. Some energies are obsessed with making people miserable. They're obsessed with it. So perfect fit. You're meant to be wherever you are. Wherever you are. I don't know where you are in the world, but you're meant to be wherever you are. So some energies will follow you literally around the world, taking pictures, setting you up, putting familiar spirits around you to try to blindside you, set you up, telling lies, doing the whole shebang to try to hurt you and humiliate you. So nothing is just set in stone. So yep. So here's the six of cups here, and something nostalgic. This is a something has ended, but something is nostalgic. The Six of Cups here. Something has ended. This is Six of Cups here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Six of Cups is about like a connection to your past, to like, you know, like a time of innocence, like a, you know, childhood memories. Really kind of rekindling, revisiting like old friendships, rekindling past connections, those kind of things. Kind of like a forgiving nature. That's kind of like this, the Six of Cups energy. Right. Right. Yeah. And that speaks to kind of sort of the fifth house. Fifth house is all about romance, creativity, children, projects, fun, self-expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good. Kind of like once you end something, like praying for people's strength, right? Praying for people's strength. There's two energies for you. It could be two Leos. in this instance here, where one could have come across as meek, one could have come across as meek, the other one could have come across as more aggressive, that you're praying for their strength. One could have been a male, one could have been a female. They both could have been said that they had your back with something. Could have played some role in lowering you and someone's worth and your value. You know, could have played on your depression if you were depressed in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But in any case, you could have thought they were part of like a friendship group, or that you probably thought you made a divine connection with these energies in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But like I said, I see you moving on from something, right? I see you moving on from something. So a light has definitely been shown on something. And that's what I'm saying for you. That's what I'm saying for you in your cards. That is what I'm saying for you in your cards. But it's something that someone told you, Capricorns. Something that someone told you, whether it was positive or negative. I feel like somebody is going to really start paying attention to what people are telling you. And I'm kind of going back to a conversation that I had with an older Capricorn who may be tuned into listening to. I get a lot of good advice from you all, Capricorns, older Capricorns. It's an older person. I won't say whether it was a man or woman Capricorn. Shared something with me recently about how they didn't really get something until they were much older in life. That one of their siblings told them that they didn't really hear it until they were much older in life. And so it doesn't really matter what the context of the conversation was about, but you all don't want to wait until you're much older in life to start really paying attention to good advice to people, because you've been told for so long to stay in a child's place. I'm quite sure if you're watching this video, you're over 18 years old. You want to listen to good advice. You want all of this pouring out right here. All of this is pouring out. All of this, you're pouring out so much. You're not pouring in enough. That is your moon sign. That will literally have you around people. You're around all this fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're around all of these fire energies that got you moving so fast that you don't even see the beauty in the divine feminine energy. That has nothing to do with your sexuality. Absolutely nothing to do with your sexuality. It has everything to do with slowing down and processing what is the information that's coming in from source. Living water. Water is receiving energy. Water is receiving energy. Don't you receive water when you're taking a shower and a bath? That is receiving. It's receiving it on that largest organ. That's the skin. Don't you drink water? When you're sweating, that's sending out those impurities through your skin. That's sending it out. That's masculine energy. So it could be sending or receiving, right? So sources like learn how to be in receiving and get away from these energies that don't know how to use their elements properly. So they're keeping you in rushing mode. You can't even think straight. You can't even think properly. You think all these people got your back, and you think all these people got you covered on every single side. And next thing you know, you waking up in a nightmare. Allowing. So radical acceptance is yes to reality in any given moment. What's needed can come next. So what's needed can come next. So like I said, rose-colored glasses are off for you and everybody. Close out a cycle in love. Pray for people's strength. Like I said, pray for people's strength. But move on. Move on. Forgive. Move on. Forgive and move on. Got the message? Don't stay stuck in death. Move on to rebirth. Move on to rebirth. Rise above who you think is judging you. Rise above it. Rise above it. Rise above it. I can assure you they've already forgiven you. Rise above it. Move on. Move on. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. You got caught up in a karmic cycle. That's what it's called. You got caught up in a karmic cycle of other people's lives. They were holding on to something within themselves that they got you caught up in something that you could not see, because no matter how many times you hear in videos about drinking your water and minding your business and taking the time to process your own thoughts, somebody was on anxiety mode. On anxiety mode. And sometimes you don't know until you almost literally crash and burn. So, yeah, so rise above something. Learn how to, like I said, learn how to rise above something. Learn how to rise above something. So you see, like I said, sometimes you don't see things until hindsight is 20/20. Then you feel like you got eyes in the back of your head. You got time to sit down and think like, oh my God, now I see what I didn't see before. So that is what I have for you. Hopefully this has been helpful for you moving forward. But this number 8 right here, 2 and 6 is 8. Like I said, make sure you're focusing on your health. When the moon is in Scorpio, protect your energy. Yeah, protect your energy. But that is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.